Thank you, Andy. Okay.
Close enough.
Yeah.
An awful background.
The couch shrank.
That too.
I was thinking, put it on. We got the divider. Whenever we're ready.
We have an agenda.
Yes, we do. It was posted on the website.
Excellent. Just so that we got that's right. Here, Frank, this thing is everywhere. Yeah, this will just move.
Okay. Just gonna get a drink. Anybody else want a drink? Non-alcoholic.
I'm good.
Okay, I have the agenda here.
Awesome.
Pardon? Yeah, it's on the website somewhere too, but if it's going to be further for your tablet, then just start with this.
Yeah. Well, okay, like 2 minutes.
We have 2 minutes?
Usually start at 7:15, right?
No, 7:10,
Oh, well,
which is already 10 minutes late. Now we're already 3 minutes past it.
And we're recording. We're live. Hey.
excellent.
Don't worry, nobody's watching us though.
That's true. Nobody ever does.
Nobody will ever know what's going on right now.
Yeah, maybe someday we'll watch the videos and ask, why is this?
Okay. Go to membership, monthly meeting. Scroll down a bit. See where it says agenda for meeting 10/14/2016. That's what we want.
Okey-dokey. Excellent.
Yes.
All right. Guess this is all the people that are showing up.
Apparently, until Mick gets here. Or Teal. Teal's here.
I know,
At
but
least
he's
it's not
here.
here.
Yeah, that's okay.
Deal dear.
Artfully late. Got it. Trying to talk first. Okay. Well, I guess this starts the Cyberia Limited monthly stated meeting. Let's jump right into old business. We've got.
Attendance first.
Oh yeah, we should do attendance. Who is here?
I'm here. Andy Sarah, secretary.
Dave Norris, president.
Frank Robson, treasurer.
Austin Owens, facility and events.
Joanna Conrad, general member.
Excellent. All right. Old business. Laser cutter. And he thought we had some solutions for scheduling, but the advertised features and price did not match. He will exhaust all free options before we pay for one. Anything else?
No, that's still where we are. Is we're trying to find a good scheduling system that'll work with that. We do have a couple of leads, but that's it. Udo is not been checked out for that.
Right.
I set up a template event on the website. If we could potentially end up using that just for the interim with hours that we could post each day, and then people would just buy the hour for that day, kind of like registering for it.
We tried using that before and it worked very poorly. And I'll take a look at it and we'll see if it's something we can use in the meantime to at least get billing functioning. Okay.
Okay. Next item. Money was set aside for materials and software. Has it all been ordered?
Everything except for the PayPal and VCard.
What about Simplify 3D?
I don't believe so, no. So PayPal, VCard, and Simplify 3D.
Okay. Anything else?
Yeah, did we order the oh shoot. There was some materials from the orange pies.
Orange pies. I was not made aware of this.
Yeah, we had 3 orange pies that we needed to replace the ones that have been damaged.
I know what you're talking about. For the 3D printers.
Right.
I'm not sure that got brought up at last meeting.
Well, no, because it was 2 meetings ago.
I'm not sure that got brought up 2 meetings ago.
Well, it did.
Or voted, it did?
It did. It got voted and approved.
Oh, well, all the time since then, we've talked about buying stuff. We haven't talked about that.
I mentioned it in the list of things that you asked us to put together of things that hadn't been purchased.
I'll have to check with that list then. No, it has not.
Okay. We kind of need this. Hey, welcome to the meeting. Feel free to have a seat.
Bring that seat.
Okay. So next item, did we get the new software for the security cameras downloaded and installed?
No.
Okay. The paint booth has been converted to a project and assigned to Andy.
Yes, it's no longer a, gee, what's happening to it right now? We are moving forward. We now know that we want to have an enclosed space with positive pressure. We now need to decide whether it's going to have to be updraft or downdraft, and take it from there.
Okay. Barnes & Noble Mini Maker Fair, more info on plans, November 5th and 6th.
Yes, Austin, you got an update on some information about the Mini Maker Fair?
Yes. It's been posted on the website and Meetup. There's no signups on the website yet. Still looking for time for people. We have what are they called? Coupons, essentially, to give out to people, to mention that they're with the space to help support us. There will be another robotics team there helping out with doing things. Aside from that, Andy, I know you're working on the tilt and pan mechanism. As soon as we have funds, Vince will be ordering the stuff for doing the 3D printer demonstrations.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it.
Okay. Well, the tilts and pans, but it doesn't do anything controlled by the camera yet.
Out of curiosity, how many event slots do we have to fill there?
There aren't slots. It's an open thing. So
Oh, okay. So it's not like last year where we're also doing that thing on the stage. Or on the stage. Okay. Right.
Okay. Cool.
Yep. Again, if you want to be part of it, just post a question on Meetup, email me. Once I have a better idea of time, the volunteer schedules will be posted. So sometime tonight or tomorrow.
All right. Very good. Update on the aluminum bed for the V90 Fireball.
Haven't found a satisfactory one yet. We are going to be making one. It's probably going to be the design that is a flat aluminum bed, a flat aluminum plate, rolled aluminum that has been straightened with T-bar, with the 80-20 bar style things.
Okay.
Although I'll have to mention that some people found that to be not very satisfactory as well. Ian didn't like the idea of that. He says he's had a lot of trouble with that particular style. So, despite such predicaments, we must forge ahead.
Okay. Update on the big laser. Nothing to report, I think, at this moment. Not certain exactly when it has been or will be ordered. But we should have an update by next week.
Okay.
All right, on to committee reports. Executive committee, not much to report. Been kind of tied up with meetings off and on with the group from the White House. They have gone on to form a national organization, which will function and support of all the makerspaces in the US. So more on that as it comes, but that should be moving forward here in the next few months. Membership committee.
Okay. Currently, we are at 44 members. Member guide is moving slowly still. I'm going to be starting to work with Braden McIntyre to improve our new member orientation. There's a section later on where we'll be discussing member fees in the new business section later on.
Okay. Building committee, Austin.
Got a lot of the lights in Alpha replaced, and quadrants 1 and 2. So most of those are LEDs now. Big thanks to Jason Toberman for helping out with that. So at this stage, it'll be a lot of sweeping, mopping. We're also looking at clearing out a good chunk of the boneyard. Don't have a set schedule or time set for that yet. We'll also be doing a light bulb project for replacing some of the lights in the metal shop, just because there are a lot of lights that need to be done. So more information about that in the coming weeks.
Okay. Treasurer report.
Treasury report. I don't think there's anything to report on. Yeah, we need more members.
Well, you can mention how much went out last month, how much came in.
Okay, so let's see if I can remember the numbers correctly, even though I typed them down like 10 minutes ago. So last month we had expenses of roughly $2,500 in just standard expenses that will recur each month, whereas our income was around $1,700. So given this trend, we would be able to last until the end of this year, until we would have to start dipping into our $6,000 of emergency funds at the beginning of next year in order to just conduct regular business. Andy, you did the math on the number of members it would take. Do you want to talk about that?
Let's actually list it in new business when we talk about member fees. So we'll talk about it at that time.
Okay. That being said, well, this is an immediate issue to take care of. There's no immediate danger of us, going out of business or not having any money tomorrow. So, yeah. Any questions, comments, or concerns on the subject?
It's worth noting we tend to do this in the winter.
Yes, yeah, it is worth noting that this didn't hit us by surprise or anything. Our trend is we pick up members at the beginning of the summer, keep picking them up throughout summer. Then, as summer wanes and we enter into winter, we lose members over that time period, and we kind of go into hibernation over the winter. So, while we do need to do something about this, it's not a surprise.
It's also worth noting that it's been compared to, what was it, 2013? I think it was. Our summer peak is lower than what it's been.
True.
I have money-related questions, but I don't know if they're for now.
If they are related to the state of the treasury, they are for now.
How do you guys set your speaking fees, and where does the money go for speaking fees?
I believe that would be handled by events.
Yeah, that actually would probably be something that's just part of the standard stuff and outside of the meeting. That's actually just a generic meetings or events question. So
Usually it's set by if we do that class, whatever the fee would be for that class per student.
Mhm.
And then unless we're like
I mean,
hiring out
outside of
somebody.
here, if you're going out and
Yeah.
speaking at the library,
unless we're hiring out somebody to talk, all of those funds go back to Cyberia.
The general fund. Cyberia.
so the whole, everything the library pays you then goes to Cyberia, and the speaker doesn't get any of it?
That
It varies depending on whether it's something that Cyberia specifically does, or we hire somebody.
I see, okay.
so like in the instance of my A+ classes, I was hired by them to come do the class.
I see. Because there could be lots more opportunity at the library, not just at my branch. I can try to get you in other places. My concern with that is though, if it's just always a flat $500, no matter what you're doing, no matter how many hours or how many classes, then I don't know that I can sell that as well to the library. So if I had some better understanding of how you set your fees and what the parameters are. And also too, then if you're having money problems, I mean, how much of that goes to whoever you're hiring out and how much of that goes to the club? I mean, that might be an opportunity to generate some more money for the club too, if you think about
Mhm.
where all that's being done.
Worth being discussed.
I can talk to you about that.
Okay. Sure.
Alrighty. Marketing. Mark's not here. Said he'd be here at 7:30.
No, he said he had to pick up his wife at 7:30. So
Missed that. Okay, well, anybody got anything from Mark? Nada.
no, forgot.
Nothing that
Okay, equipment committee. Kia. Not Kia.
was not in the room.
I understand.
Um,
Okay. Oh, events.
We had a lot of good classes in September, or good outreach events. One with the IPS School 60. I'm blanking on the other one. It'll come back to me. Looking to do pretty well in November. With events, don't really have anything major planned for October, aside from continuing with the library. The Tectonic Ninjas had their first demonstration this Wednesday. We have aside from the Barnes and Noble thing, nothing really scheduled for the coming months except for the standard repeating classes.
Possibly some December.
And don't we have something in November?
Yeah, the Barnes and Noble.
No, I mean the maybe it's early December.
The holiday party
Yes.
is December,
Okay.
and that is still in a very large state of flux, just considering what we would need to do to get that accomplished, as far as funding is concerned.
Okay.
So it would, at this stage, it will either end up being something similar to the pitch-in we had for Labor Day, which was fairly successful, or it will be canceled.
Okay. Anything else?
I don't believe so. That was
Okay, website committee.
Okay. Okay, we updated the projects page from community projects to join, and added a lot of the projects that are ongoing that have not been mentioned before. So this is going to be a better place for people to be able to find what projects they can join, because I get that question quite frequently. How do I want to know if there's a project that I can join. Now anybody can just go look on the page and say, hey, I know where I can find you project you might be able to join. So we updated some of the wording on that page, and we are currently still looking for a replacement for Wild Apricot because of the issues that we're having with that. Yes.
Okay. Anything else?
No, that's it for the website.
Security committee.
No updates.
Well then. On to new business. So, executive committee is taking a seminar on improving fundraising. And it says here we would like to vote on that. Whether we can reimburse.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we want to continue with that. We pushed that back 3 different monthly meetings now.
I'd say at this point it's actually to the point where we can do it again. Just if we want to vote on it, and if we want to have it. So I'll leave
Okay.
that up to the rest of the board.
Well, I'm always in favor of learning how to do something better, especially if it's going to help the club out. So I am in favor of doing it. And as such, it's worth asking, will the club pay us back for the cost of it or not? You have an estimate on the cost of it, Frank?
$150.
Okay. So we know that it's going to cost $150. As a treasurer, Frank, do we have that available for use? How quickly will that put us past our?
As treasurer, we do not currently have that available.
Okay. So do we want to vote to not have it being reimbursed, or vote and just let the subject drop? This is an informal poll here.
Do we need to vote on it in order to have it dropped?
No, that's actually kind of well. Actually, we would have to make a motion and vote for it to be dropped completely, because it is a business item.
Okay, so then yeah, I'd say we do that.
Okay. I'll make a motion that we drop the reimbursement as a business item, and that will be paid for out of the officers' pockets.
I second that motion.
Okay. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Nay. Okay. Motion carries. All right. Next thing, membership cost analysis.
Okay. Much to my annoyance, the document that I had all my notes on has not uploaded from my computer at work, and my computer at work is no longer responding. So I have a feeling that I'm going to have some fun stuff to do when I get back to the office. All right, let me pull up some of the base notes and the draft from the discussion on Hangouts. Okay, basically, here's what this comes down to. We have not updated our price to reflect the new equipment and costs for the last 2 years on this. We knew, and we had mentioned when we started building the beta room, that we were going to give it until the end of the year, and then do a new analysis of what it was going to cost for what our fixed costs were and what we were bringing in as far as membership. to see whether or not we needed to increase the cost of membership. The numbers that we got from Frank were that as of last month, where we also had 44 members, we brought in $17.90 for membership revenue, and we spent $25.04 for our fixed expenses: rent, insurance, internet, the AWS service that we're using, the laser, and subscription and maintenance budgets. Now, it is our normal process that we would take that and set our basic member fees to compensate and cover our basic expenses. This at this level would have an indicated rate increase of 43%, which is only because our membership is lower than what we had projected it to be at this time, which was to be above 50, to be between 55 and 60. Our membership is low for what we had anticipated. We did not grow over the summer in membership. We actually stayed the same, which is odd for this. We had invested in this room, and we did not see the growth. Now, part of that happened because of the incredibly annoying weather this summer. We had 4 air conditioning units running in this place, and we barely kept it manageable, and the workshop was horrific. So, despite such predicaments, we forge ahead. We do not feel that it is necessary to take a 43% rate increase, but our break-even points based on what we would do for membership costs are such that, come on, rotate, so it's easier to find whatever. I can read it this way. Okay. At our current level, we need to have about 63 members instead of 44 to keep our membership in line with our basic fees. Obviously, we can't just go out and grab another 19 people off the street. It's not that easy to do. Of the options that we had an option to align our 2012 member prices with our 2015 member prices. This would give an average increase. I know these are dull numbers. I'm sorry. This would give an average increase of about $3 per member per month to our increase. What that means in terms of real world numbers is that it only takes 58 people instead of 63 to keep to hit our target membership at that level. We also talked about, do we want to have an additional increase of about $5 per month for each membership level. If we kept our current membership costs and just increased everybody's current membership another $5 a month, it would only take 56 members to hit our target. And if we aligned the costs and added $5, it would only take 52 members to hit that target, which is only 8 additional members. We still expected and wanted to have a target membership of around between 55 and 60. So it was decided that it was decided in a vote among the executive committee, with one person not participating. It was decided that we would not do the $5 per month increase, but we would align all of our older member fees to be the same as our current new member fees. So everybody would be paying the same price again. This means that some people will see a $10 per month increase, if they are on the old 2012 member price. This is about 1/3 of our membership. We also discussed, as a way to offset that, adding a renewal, a referral bonus. The referral bonus would be that if you bring in a new member, that new member will give you a $10 credit against your membership fee for every month that person is still a member. So if you are paying $60 a month for a full membership and you bring in 6 members, your cost is 0 as long as those 6 people come in. Now, if you bring in a 7th person, no, we're not going to give you $10 back each month. But we're still going to keep track of that, because if one of those first 6 decides, hey, I got a job offer in Washington, D.C., I would love to live in Washington, D.C. because I'm a fruitcake.
Now, Andy.
Hey, and there's nothing more in my life I wouldn't do than drive in Washington, D.C.
Andy.
Sorry. Okay. Then if that happens, then it would just simply bump that person off of the list, giving you a credit, but you're still at 6 or more. You're still getting the full credit. This is just mostly an incentive to try and get more members in the door, more members staying with us, and it gives a reward to those people who are bringing people in. In the vote among the executive committee, that one passed with about the same margin as the other ones. So what we would like to do is we'd like to go ahead and, as of November 1st, start implementing the referral program. That means that as of tomorrow, any new members that you bring in, we need to make sure that those new members have been referred, have your referral name to present, so that you can get the credit for this, so that we can either credit back or add the discount as of November 1st. You have a question, Joanna?
Yes, if you're currently at the $35 level and you bring in 6 people, will that bring you up to the $60 level?
It will not automatically bring you up to the $60 level. It just like everything else, you have to ask to switch a level. But it's not going to happen to you automatically. But if you asked us to switch it to a level, you'd still get your $60 a month credit.
Okay.
So this also means that if you guys have outside groups that you're with, say you belong to an outside hardware hacking group or programming group, and you bring in a whole bunch of them to become members, then you can get a big discount. And if you're smart, you'll split it among a couple of your people, so that you bring in the first 6, somebody else brings in the next 6. We've got 10 new members that way. We've got the revenue for 10 new members, and you and your buddy have free membership here. So that's a big way to encourage groups to come join and work with us. Membership fees, I can't remember, Frank. Membership fees, are they something that has to be voted on, or can they be set by the executive committee?
They do not have to be voted on. They're set by the executive committee.
Okay. I knew that the discounts available would be able to be set by the executive committee. I just couldn't remember if the membership fees and tiers could be set without a vote.
Yep.
So basically, this is de facto.
Yeah.
Since the executive committee has voted with a sufficient majority to implement these things, we will need to be making the steps to get all of this stuff working by November 1st for the new premium, for the new prices if we can, but definitely by November 1st for the referrals.
Yes. Yep. Everybody go find new members. and some money on your membership.
Yes, make new friends, but keep the old.
And you keep track of all that, right? It just counts.
Actually, he's going to try and make me do that.
Well, actually, we're going to try and make that happen automatically.
Yeah, that's going to be more difficult, but we're going to try and work on it.
That kind of traces back to the whole we're looking for a replacement for wild apricot thing.
Yes. Well, they can't do this one automatically.
There's a lot of stuff. Anyways,
Yeah.
Continue on.
That's it for the new business that was on the agenda. It was brought to my attention that there was an old piece of business that I didn't get put on the agenda, and we had talked at a meeting, which I don't remember which month ago that was. We had talked at a meeting that we needed to have some of the items sold off. This was early in the summer, and Frank had been tasked with that. He tried to set this up through, was it iSale or?
I sold it on, or I sold it.
I sold it. And was there a second place that you had contacted as well, I think?
There was a local place. I never contacted them because after looking at their rates and stuff, there was, no.
Okay.
Oh, there was also the local place in the building. Down the hall.
That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, and they never contacted me back.
Okay. Okay.
They appear to be going now also.
They were using this as overflow storage. Anyway. So Frank has said, all right then, I have a business in the building. I have time. Why don't I just do it and get it done?
Yes.
And so long as it's getting done, we're all happy with that. So he has put together a contract for our perusal and to vote on accepting. I don't want to have to read this out loud because it's a page and a half. So I'm going to pass this around. I've already looked at it. Frank's already looked at it. So I'm going to have, Dave, did you read it when it was handed to you earlier, or did you skim it?
Didn't know I was supposed to read it, wasn't handed.
Okay.
There's a backside of the first page.
You see that.
Also,
Frank?
while he's reading, I feel free to ask me any questions about it.
Well, Frank, I was going to ask if you could sum it up, because I can sum up the gist of it, but always it's best to read the fine print too.
As soon as he's done reading, I can sum up the gist of it by looking at it and reading it out loud. I don't want to miss something.
Okay, well, I'll sum it up then while he's reading it. The basics of this are that somebody at Cyberia will pick out what items that we have from the donations that we are not going to use that we wish to liquidate. Those are going to be given to Frank. Frank's going to tell us whether or not he thinks he can sell it. Minimum sale price will be listed at, minimum starting bid would be listed at $19.99. Frank is going to keep $5 for listing if something does not sell, and 40% of the final sales price as commission, minus the cost that he's paying into the into eBay for listing it.
Incorrect.
I thought that was I thought it said that you were responsible for those fees.
It should say that the consignor is responsible. Can I say that? It should say. Well, yes, consignor is to pay all eBay fees and payment service fees such as PayPal. So
Okay, so
that's the side here.
so 40% is his profit then.
Yes.
Okay, and then we pay the fees and listing cost,
Yes.
and
And
he does all the work.
yes, and on average, this is not in the contract. This is what I've observed. On average, you can figure about 10% of the item cost, final item sale, is going to be eBay and PayPal fees and the such. So if the rough divide is 50% to Cyberia, 10% to eBay, PayPal, and them, and 40% to me. So, but that is a rough divide that can change.
That also means, though, that he would be responsible for collecting and returning to the state any sales tax that would need to be collected, if any, and he would be in charge of getting it to the shipper and out and sold for us. So basically, we're getting 60% of whatever it sells for, minus that. If he can't sell it after the second attempt, it gets returned to our care into our care and storage. He will be submitting a report to somebody else to review for anything that he sells. This is to prevent any conflict of interest with him as treasurer. Just like he is not allowed to pick out by himself those items which are to be sold, that has to be somebody else from Cyberia, like the equipment manager, saying, no, we don't ever use this, we don't ever need this, it's just taking up space. No, hey, goodbye.
The only reason that's in there is because Andy was scared I was going to sell his Furbies. So
That's right, you can't sell my Furbies.
I'm telling you, I'm not going to sell them. I'm going to light them on fire.
Yeah, I can live with that. But only because I know at that point you will have the image of a burning Furby burnt into your brain.
So I thought I'm sure launch them into space.
Safest for everyone.
Cancellation fees.
Yes.
Where does that $20 come from? That number.
That is kind of an industry standard. Plus, there's also fees for canceling the auction early on eBay. So
What are
that
the
covers.
eBay fees usually?
They're usually around $20.
Yeah. So basically, it's the cancellation fee plus my $5 listing.
Okay. That's not on top of the $5 listing.
No.
No, the $5 listing fee is if he lists it twice and it doesn't sell,
Yes.
because he's still got to go through all of the time and hassle to photograph, describe, and set aside the items. So he does deserve some compensation for that work that he will be doing. Just like he is allowed to charge whatever is a reasonable handling fee for getting the items prepared and packed into a shipper.
How big a list of things is this expected to be?
We have, 6 of the red carts full of parts from Kirby Risk that are currently listed for auction, and that's just the Kirby Risk stuff. We expect that next year we will have another opportunity to go back to Kirby Risk and see what other items we can use and resell.
That is another point that needs to be brought up. This contract states that it's only going to be in effect for 6 months. So 6 months from now, we can revisit it with me if necessary, or maybe we will have found someone else by that time, and we can have them do it.
What about a fundraising auction as an event?
This does not preclude that. It just means that any items that have already been pointed out for the auction should not be given to Frank to sell, and vice versa.
Yeah, this does not keep, if we do find somebody within that 6 months, and Cyberia would rather sell with them, there's no exclusivity here. So.
Yeah.
This is basically just, we've been looking for someone to do this for the past year. We've tried a couple different people in a couple different ways, and none of them have worked out. So now we're going to try this. And hopefully I won't disappoint.
For the record, we did try using Frank before, but I think Frank also had a job at 40 hours a week
No.
building computers at that time.
That's when I was your intern. That was back when I was your intern.
Okay, so he had classes and a 10-hour-a-week job here.
So
Yeah.
that was directly underneath Cyberia.
Yeah, but that was also, like I was trying to point out, you were not on your own like you are right now. Right now you're doing this under your electronics recovery and repair.
Okay. Anything else?
Okay, have all voting members had a chance to see that?
I think so.
Are you not a voting member, or
I'm not.
gentleman in the back in the camel hat?
No.
Okay, all right, no problem. Just checking on that. I wanted to make sure. Frank, he's trying to get that back to you.
Look, piece of paper.
Austin, did you read it? Okay.
Should I hold it up to the camera?
No, it's not necessary because this will be submitted as part of the note, as
Okay.
part of the minutes.
Okay.
All right then. This is continuation of old business, so I'm going to ask if we should call this to a vote.
I'll second that motion.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Hold on.
so
I'm there for a second. How many voting members are actually here?
uh,
I think the board.
no, he's a $60 member too. Remember we told him he couldn't bring all of his friends unless.
Oh yeah.
Well, soon enough, they'll be $60 members too.
Good, especially after tomorrow, right? Yes.
Very well then. So,
So the motion that we're asking is should we vote to accept this contract with Frank?
okay. So, everyone in favor of accepting the contract, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, say nay. Okay, guess that means the ayes have it, huh?
Okay.
All right, any other new business that we have not gotten to? Very well. I hear a motion to end this meeting.
I have a motion to let us go.
All right,
I'll second it.
very good. Motion carries. We are out of here. Have a good evening. Thank you for attending. Those of you online, all 0 of you. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night. May your God go with you.
Good night, Gracie.